Yeah, small place with a big heart, it's the heartland. So we pump hard, get them fists up, we gonna rage on till our day gone.
Tell them I'm from a city on the map that you couldn't point out, but I rep that place. And it's love-hate, but I grew up here, so it's home base. Where my blood at.
This is, for those of you who do not know, for the few of you out there, this is The Other State of Hockey. We are the only full-time media outlet dedicated solely to the great sport of hockey and promoting all the activities within the state of Iowa.
See that? They're reminding us.
Yes.
The way they're doing it. That right now there's someone listening to the show who just hadn't changed the station yet from listening to probably the football show.
Probably.
Yeah, so
Hey, but that's okay.
No.
All right.
I mean, this is
welcome to the coolest sport in the world. You'll figure it out.
The real sport.
Exactly.
We have a blood rule. I mean, people don't get. We actually have a rule about blood that if I hit you in the face with a high stick, 2 minutes. If I make you bleed, I get 4.
That's right.
I love that.
Jersey's got to be replaced. Because, we're really worried about what it looks like.
Absolutely. Don't tuck it in.
That's right. So, if those of you wondering, well, how long this has been going on, we're going on a month and a half or so here now, I believe, on ESPN.
Yes.
Which is awesome.
Yes.
And the show keeps growing. We're loving every second of it.
Except for dealing with ESPN. Sorry, ESPN.
We'll save that for offline.
Yeah.
We got Frank Mink, the smarty butt, on the other microphone there. Derek Hander on this side. We'll get right into what's happening in hockey.
Yes.
Couple things that, kind of impact us around here. Zach Parise, they were worried that he had blown his knee apart.
Yes.
Turns out he just has an MCL strain, which is week to week. But once again, as I said,
strain or sprain?
It's really the same thing.
Same thing, right? It's just
he's hurt.
He hurt his knee.
Yeah, he can't skate.
And who hit him? You remember? I talked to you. James Neal.
James Neal.
Yes.
A gentleman who probably doesn't have a fan club in this room.
No, not
or
really.
this city, probably, for that matter.
Yeah, well, maybe in the city.
Well, for those who know him, probably not.
Our guy here in town tattooed him. So.
There you go. I hope he paid him.
Yeah. Before we skip town.
So, as we said, he's week to week, but as we say, so are we.
That's right. That's right.
So,
day to day.
Yep. Christoph Berchi for the Iowa Wild got the call up to replace him, or at least to take his roster spot. So good luck to Birch. Get up there and light the lamp a few times.
Let's explain now. He's not going to go right up and go on his line, so they'll probably move the second center up, the third center there, and
they'll shell game around and mix and match. And Birch will probably get fourth line. I believe his first game he got 6 minutes or so. So he's probably
like LeCavier. He's getting the same time as him.
Yeah, except he's about $6 million a year cheaper.
Yeah, right.
So initially thought it was going to be a mess, but he looks like he'll be okay. He could be a couple more weeks. So we should have the MASH theme playing for this. Connor McDavid, the big news, of course. Fractured clavicle.
Clean hit. Not even really a hit.
There are those, including Don Cherry, who I subscribe 98% of the time to, his opinion. He said it was a dirty hit, target hit. I don't agree. It's two guys, a pig pile. Like we were saying off air, McDavid blew an edge and was just
totally
held up by and couldn't get the weight back on the other skate. The other guy came across, two of them went into the net, behind the net. And,
he's a fast skater. I mean, he's speed, and he's trying to cut into that net. I mean, if you watch the left skate, he just loses it.
Yep.
And them two guys, it wasn't even the hit. It was them all sliding into the boards together.
Yep. These two guys are coming in backwards. So you're trying to carry his weight and yours while skating backwards. You can't target that. But so surgery was done late last week, I believe. Peter Chiarelli, the GM, came out and said he's going to be on the shelf for months.
I know.
Now, didn't we hear the same thing about Kane?
Right.
Now, the good thing from what I've heard from the surgery or the medical report is that this was just a bone break. There's no damage in his AC joint in his shoulder, so he doesn't have any ligament damage or anything they had to repair.
Yeah.
So things are looking good for that. The thing is, the media exploded over this. It's like, oh my God, this is the worst thing to happen to hockey since when? Well, I seem to remember Kane doing it last year. And they
or every time Crosby gets hurt, it's the end of the world.
He was supposed to be out 6 to 8 or whatever, or 6 to 12, and was back in like 4 to 6, I think it was. And he seemed to do all right last year. I believe he won a cup.
Yeah, I mean, they're young guys. I mean, they're healthy. I mean, they're very healthy. They're going to come back.
Yeah, exactly. And like I said, no damage in the shoulder. So this is bone. Okay. Not like this is the end of the world. But interesting note, the top 3 picks that Edmonton had in the last 3 drafts, Nugent Hopkins, Taylor Hall, and now Mr. McDavid, all had shoulder injuries their first season with Edmonton.
Now, did I ever tell you that the thing that Connor McDavid, what he trained on, is the same thing that we train on at the rink with those Power Edge Pros? You ever see those things we do?
Yeah.
He trained on those. So the things we use at Skate West, and we even use them at some
We've
of the
used them,
hockey.
yeah.
The ice clinics, the Power Edge Pros. He trained on those. So
Getting your stick handling, getting your chops.
great. It's good.
Yeah.
I love it.
Getting
Fun.
you skating with your head up.
Yeah.
Not staring at the puck.
Because that's right. And it's those are cool things. But anyway, Power
Yep.
Edge Pros.
So, of course, this being the Hall of Fame weekend, we have 4 people of note going in from the players.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting note that we have one from every major hockey power right now. Chris Pronger, we've talked about him. We don't need to lament on that.
Yeah.
We just got traded a couple weeks ago. Interesting. Nick Lidstrom, as we had noted, he
Amazing.
probably speaks English better than both of us put together.
Everyone speaks English better than me.
Probably right. We speak two.
I still say
two
you. I
languages.
still say use.
We speak two languages, right? English and bad English. Probably the most disrespected hockey player is Phil Housley. Came out of high school, went to Buffalo, spent his entire career there. Was there for a long time, endured a lot of lean years.
And I feed into that. I wouldn't even think you say Hall of Fame. I wouldn't even think of him.
Yep.
You know, and then but when you say him, I say, oh yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
So
Yep. Angela Ruggiero went in U.S. Olympic hockey team captain, women's captain. Interesting little side bit on her is that she was the first woman hockey player to play in North America as a position player.
Okay.
So explain. Well, we've had goaltenders and whatnot that have, we've had Manon Rhéaume played as being a goalie.
yes.
And there's been a couple other instances of female goaltenders playing in professional.
Okay.
Angela was actually played for the Tulsa Oilers. Her brother Bill was the goalie for the Oilers.
Uh-huh.
They got ravaged by injuries. She actually dressed a game, so she played pro for a year.
Wow.
Oh, sorry, for a game.
A game.
So she was pioneered from that. Of course, there's still Haley Wickenheiser, who's the first position player to go over and play in a professional league over in Finland, I believe she
Is
is.
it goalie?
She is not. She is a defenseman
Okay.
and actually a winter and summer gold Olympian.
Wow.
Played softball for Canada in the summer and played hockey for the winter.
Wow.
And, of course, Shannon Zabatos, who's...
Softball. Could she fit any more of a stereotype? Just saying. Just saying. Just saying.
Oh, I can't believe you said that. Oh, is that the phone?
I know. We just got cut.
He just got cut. So, Carey Price, we've talked a bit about him. He was out for a week. It looks like he's going to be out even longer. Word is today that he left Montreal to go to see a specialist. And Mike Condon, who we talked about last week with his former classmate, Mark Hagel here,
Yes.
stepped in didn't miss a beat, and he got named the number 3 star of the week.
Hey.
So, nice to have some depth, huh?
Yeah.
Nice to have some depth. A couple other things I want to talk about. I know we're running on time here. We need at least 6 hours. I'm telling you.
6 hours.
A couple of something there is really classless that caught me. Jordan Tudu and Alexander Burrows.
Yes.
Apparently were in the box on Sunday night.
Let's hear
Yeah,
this.
they were in the box as guys do after either coincidentals or a fight or whatever. No one Tudu was.
I'm going to
fight.
YouTube and see what happened because Tutu would drill him.
Yep.
Okay.
So apparently Tudu came out and said in the media after that Burrows was in the box with him, and of course they're chirping over the penalty box attendants and the timekeeper and everything else. Said he made some classless comments about his family.
Ooh,
Now, I'm wondering what he said exactly because of the fact that Tudu, of course, has had a long history of alcohol in his life.
Yes.
He's also the only Inuit-born hockey player,
Okay.
and also he had a brother who was a victim of suicide.
Wow.
So, who also had more than his share of
So Inuit.
alcohol problems. Yes.
What do you mean?
He is an Aboriginal Canadian he's an Eskimo, basically.
Okay. Okay. Is that why he's so small?
I don't know. He's a ball of hate, let me tell you.
I know. He's amazing. I mean, he's one of those guys when he fights,
Yep.
he waits, he'll wear you down,
Yep.
and then he comes in at the end and just drops you.
Yep. So, he's a guy that leaves, the ice is Thunderdome for this guy, leaves it all on the ice. And for him to come out and say it, there had to be something heavy darts in there.
Yeah.
So waiting to hear what happens to that. We know Burrows has a history of being somewhat of a D-bag.
Yeah.
And
Good one. Good way.
Catch.
Saving it. Saving
Yes,
it there.
Way to keep me in
Don't
SEC
bleep that.
compliance.
Don't bleep it. You saved it.
So I want to see how that actually works out. But if any of that's true, Burrows, you've lost any respect. Well, I might have had for you. I didn't have any.
I didn't have much for him. No, as a player, I don't know him as a human being off the ice, but
Nope.
from what I know of him,
Nope.
on the ice and stuff. We had two as remember who was it? He just got in trouble recently. Avery, remember?
Yep,
But
Sean Avery.
He would say things in the media
Yeah.
about people. I mean, but I heard some stuff he would say on the ice. was not.
But chirps are chirps.
I know. I chirp all the time, and I'm not very nice when I do it.
No,
And that's even when I like
that's
you.
kind of the point.
Yeah.
It's supposed to throw you off, But
Yeah.
when that line's crossed, when does it? When does what happens on the ice cross the line? That's probably a good subject for a show. And we don't.
I know.
have a lot
I
to talk
got to
about.
know what he said.
Yeah,
I want to hear it.
I know. If that's the case, Burroughs, you're getting called to the out behind the woodshed.
Wow.
I would not be in a hurry to step on the ice across from Tutu again.
Yes, I would not.
He'll finish it. Interesting story out of the Ontario Hockey League. The Flint Firebirds.
I love this story.
Love this story.
Let's do it.
Sunday night, they had 2 comeback wins, I believe, against the Oshawa Generals, who were the OHL champions from last year.
Okay.
These guys, they fired their coach on
Yes.
Sunday. The owner was Rolf Nielsen. His son, apparently, all this was centered around the amount of playing time that Mr. Nielsen's son, the owner, was getting. And apparently he did play in all 3 games. The coach was fired because of this. The players, which oddly enough was started by his son, stood up in the room. He called his dad on the cell phone from the room and said, "This is crazy. What are you doing?" What expletives
Oh,
out of this conversation. Took his jersey down, not wanting to throw his boys under the bus, threw his jersey in the middle of the floor. The team stood up, threw their jerseys on the floor, said, "We're coming back when the coach comes back." And they all walked out, got on the phone to their agents out from the parking lot. And anyways, it was just came up late Monday that the coach was rehired.
Yes. Yeah, he's got to be. I mean,
And the owners apologized for his actions. I really want to see how the shakeout of that is. Owners can do whatever the hell they want.
his son sounds like he has good character, though.
Yeah.
He really does.
I mean, he felt this was impacting him and the team.
Right.
And, the team is bigger than you are.
And a coach is going to play who's best fit for the position.
Right.
I mean, every time. A real coach. And
Yep.
I'm sure this guy sounds, if his players loved him the way they did,
Yep.
he was a good coach and a real coach.
The coach was John Gruden. Remember him? Played a bunch with Quebec. He played with Anaheim,
Yeah.
Atlanta. Just a lunch pail kind of hockey guy working his way
Yeah,
up.
yeah, blue
45
collar.
years old. So he's working his way up. Was fairly well touted as getting a chance to be an OHL coach. Right
I want to
out
call
the gate.
Davey about this, Davey Allison, the
Yeah.
Bucks coach, and to see if he heard the story and what he thinks and if he knows what. That's a great team story right there.
Yep. So Alexander Ovechkin, the grade 8, as he likes to be called, and he tied Fedorov on Saturday night for the most goals by a Russian-born player. And
How many games?
he did it in 471 less games than it took Fedorov to do it.
And Fedorov he was amazing.
Yeah, on a great team. But the
Yes.
thing that people don't get, and of course he's going to the Hall of Fame this weekend, he was never recognized for his defensive play.
Yes.
I mean, he could probably skate as fast backwards as he could forward.
Right.
And he was
the
killing penalties.
Number one.
Yeah.
He was number one on the number one penalty killing
Yep.
line. So he spent time wasting energy.
So that's 4 to 6 minutes a game that he's not on offense. And he's thinking he's spending in his own zone. I'm pretty sure the only time Ovi crosses the center line is in the second period going for the long shift. But
You're a dirty dog. You're a dirty dog.
Ovi's not listening. It's okay. It's okay. So Ducks, I know we're picking up speed here coming up on break.
Yeah.
Ducks have turned it around.
Yeah.
What have they done? Nothing.
Not a thing.
They didn't fire Gabby Boudreau,
Nope.
which we knew that was the wrong thing to do.
No.
We had guys, Getzey picked it up, and he turned around. They
Well,
scored.
he had the surgery.
Yep.
He was out. He had a surgery.
Yep.
Appendectomy.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank
And,
you.
his
My English.
appendix taken out.
Yes, basically. Yeah. His tonsils, right?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
But no, he came right back. And
Came right back.
3 points first game.
It was like, but the game, he either scored or assisted on the game-tying goal that turned it all around with like less than 3 seconds left in the game or something. It was, and they've really built off that, tore off 4 in a row, beat San Jose over the weekend, and shut them out. So they're starting to look like the team that they were.
They're getting used to not having Matt Bolesky. I'm telling you over and over again, it's the Matt Bolesky effect.
You heard it here first. And the real quick chirp from our boys at grllaw.com, the old
Yes.
crap app people.
Yes.
50 Shades of Kane, all charges have been dropped.
Yes.
So he will not face any, no charges will
No
be
charge
brought.
filed. Yeah, they don't even brought on
They
him.
were never brought to him. But of course, that was a bit of a mess because you had the stories kept changing from the witness or the alleged victim.
Yes.
The lawyer quit.
Because they lied.
Yes.
The mother,
And then
the mother of the girl did lie, and I'm not the biggest Kane fan.
Yep.
I mean, I think he's arrogant, and there's some personal things. I mean,
Yep.
there's some stuff. Mom
Remember,
had
this
to
is the guy who
travel.
beat up a cabbie.
And his mom had to travel with him to the Olympics because they were afraid of him being over in Europe.
Yeah, and a guy who's does not wear a letter on his jersey.
Nope.
For a guy who's as important to his team, does not wear a letter. So
And no one came out for him. No one came out for him. I'm
Yep.
telling you, I didn't hear not one player come out and say,
Yep.
not him, not Kane. Yeah,
Yep.
it's definitely not him.
And then the evidence packet, of course, the whole debacle with that. Watch for a movie to come out of this. It might be an
Lifetime.
after-school special or
Lifetime.
something. Judith Light maybe got cast as the mom
Jody
or something.
Bacall will write it. So.
So there's a whole big stink going on this week about goalie gear and stuff like that. We'll see if we can get to that later on.
Yeah.
We're getting ready to come up on a hard
Goalie
break.
love.
So we're going to have Maddie kick us to the second period with some of our great commercials from our important sponsors.
Oh, crap app.
Yep.
Hi, Joe Smith here from Leaf Guard Exteriors. We suggest you stay off your ladder and let us take care of your gutters. We'd love to come out and show you why Leaf Guard's patented seamless one-piece design is the best on the market. The only one with the good housekeeping seal, and Leaf Guard is guaranteed never to clog or will clean your gutters for free. Call us today and get 50% off installation labor on a new Leaf Guard brand gutter system. 599-1675. That's 599-1675.
Hey kids, why do you like going to the Iowa Wild games?
Crash, the t-shirt tie. I like Chuckapop. Crash always gives me a high five. It's fun catching t-shirts from the cannon. The goal horn when we score.
There's something for everyone with Iowa Wild Hockey at Wells Fargo Arena. Check out iowawild.com for the full season schedule, including a full list of giveaway nights and promotions for the family. Iowa Wild, hockey lives here.
I'm sitting here with Jeremy from Atomic Cloud Vaporium. I tried to quit smoking so many times. Patches, pills, nothing worked. Until I went to the Stop Smoking Center. And man, it has changed everything.
Here at Atomic Cloud Vaporium, we offer a solution using vaping as a replacement therapy. We have over 150 premium juice flavors and offer a wide variety of hardware. If you're serious about quitting smoking, come visit us at 3823 Douglas Avenue in Des Moines or at 328 Grand Avenue in West Des Moines. Atomic Cloud Vaporium.
This is Jordan from Flat Tire Center. There sure are a lot of places to buy tires. You can go to a warehouse club or the mega We Sell Everything superstore, or you can go to one of those anonymous websites. The same guy who sold you soap yesterday magically becomes a tire professional today, or the online tire advisors at a call center in who knows what country. We've been living, working, and driving in central Iowa for more than 50 years. Are you sure those other stores know what they're doing? Do you think they even care? If you need tires, come to Flat Tire Centers. That's flat with 2 T's because you too should ride on a flat.
Hey, this is Frank Mink, and if I had a first-round draft pick of realtors, I'd take Jen Stanbro.
Through my mortgage background and over 10 years of selling real estate in the Des Moines area, I have come to realize that my clients are my passion. Whether selling or buying your first or your 10th home, let me help you take the stress out of the process. I would love the opportunity to talk with you or someone you know that is looking to buy or sell a home. You can reach out to me by email at jen@jenstanbrorealestate.com. And Frank, that's spelled STANBROUGH. jen@jenstanbrorealestate.com.
From Iowa, yeah.
It's that small place with a big heart. It's the heartland, so we pump hard, get a fist up. We gonna rage on till our day comes.
Tell 'em I'm from a city on the map that you couldn't point out,
Hey,
but
Maddie,
I left that place.
you tried Fuzzy Taco yet?
But I grew up here, so it's home base.
She wants to. You know, they pay the bills. You know that, right?
I hit them up Sunday.
They're awesome. Look, you got to go there. Especially in the morning. They got breakfast. I talk about it every week because I love it. Fresh everything. They make it right there for you. Cut up potatoes, whatever you want.
Yep.
Kittens, whatever. They'll put it in there.
Kittens.
I don't know.
All right.
But it's a good place. Fuzzy Taco. No. Listen. It has have a brand new location. It opened up on 300 West Martin Luther King Drive Parkway, Suite. Well, just find it. It's right there. And
There's a sign out front.
Yeah, I'm sure. It says Fuzzy Taco. It's a cool sign. No jokes.
Yep.
Because it's full of jokes.
Yeah.
Everyone I say
Hey, all it is to get you to remember the thing.
And I do.
Yeah.
I mean, well, the food makes me not.
We went there
The food
Sunday.
Makes me remember that place.
We went there Sunday because all of our usual breakfast haunts were already out the door.
Yeah.
Went to IHOP places out the door. Went Perkins out the door.
And it's all the standard food.
Yeah. Exactly.
How was yours when you went to this?
Off the hook. Off the hook.
So, go visit them. Breakfast, they have breakfast open. Taco joint, breakfast. Go there. Best breakfast burritos I've ever had. I mean, hands down. And look, if it's not the best burrito you've ever had, best breakfast burrito, in 10 years, I'll buy you a free one. Come back to me in
Write
10
it down.
years.
Write it down.
10 years. You guarantee me it's not because I want a 10-year leeway that you are not going to find something else in the next 10 years.
All right.
All right.
All right.
I'll buy you. All
right. So there's your minute and a half spot.
I know.
That's why we don't let Frank do
I love them.
Call verbals like that.
All right. I'm done.
All right. We are back with the other state of hockey, 1350 ESPN Des Moines. We are here. We have a loving studio guest because nothing's better than having real conversation instead of that delay over cell phones and all that kind of crazy stuff. We have got the guys here who are the hosts of D-League Radio.
Yes.
And we'll go ahead and let them introduce themselves. And like us, they have faces for radio. So, and we've got them huddled up here sharing the same mic. So, boys, make sure when you're talking, you're good and close. Go ahead and introduce yourself, boys.
Well, I'm John Reichart.
And I'm Ryan Lewellin.
And welcome to,
sorry,
that's our line. But welcome to the other state of hockey. How you guys doing?
Great to have you guys. And I know we've been talking for a while about having you guys on. And, we were talking off air to John, and it's kind of neat because really it comes down to it. It's all about really the same thing we're trying to accomplish.
Yep.
We're trying to, keep people talking about it, the whole experience. And we were talking earlier, about, get there an hour early, leave an hour and a half.
You and I were talking about we don't understand the guys that show up to play men's league hockey that show up 5 minutes before the game, get dressed, play the game, and in 5 minutes they're out the door home to the wife and kids. Where's the fun in that? I mean, you just spent a whole lot of money to, spend an hour at the rink.
Yep.
When we're there, it's a day. I mean, it's my Sundays. My Sundays are booked. So,
Right.
Yeah.
And now, so saying that, I mean, when you join this, it's a team, right? It's a team sport, and how else do you bond with a team? You don't have to bond on the rink. You bond outside of the rink. I mean, they say like a professional hockey team spends so much time together that it's 15% of the time is spent on the ice. That's including practice.
Yeah.
Sure. So I mean, it's that part of experience, joining the league and the team. And so, I love hanging out and telling my players.
Yeah.
So
I know when I first heard about you guys doing this, thinking, man, these guys make a big deal. But honestly, it seemed kind of cornball. No offense.
Oh, no. None taken. We thought so, too.
Right.
You should have seen our wives when we first came up with the idea. They thought we were ridiculous. But there we sat in our kitchen one night, or in my kitchen one night.
Kitchen.
And our wives were in the living room just sitting there rolling their eyes as we were going over last season's stats. And now this is 2 seasons ago. Now we're in season 2 of this thing. And we actually had the nerve to say, hey, this sounds pretty cool, and it goes back to the fact that so many people that are in men's league like the camaraderie and like the community of it that, we were talking about this during the summer because in our league we have a draft every year. So we're talking about who we want to take in the draft. And as we were telling Frank a couple weeks ago when he was on our show that, our idea came up with just a joke. Ryan said something about a league newsletter. And I was like, well, maybe we should do a podcast, and then within 3 hours, and this is why we were at work, within 3 hours we had the format down and what we wanted to do and stuff like that.
I remember you came up to me, you're like, that's a great idea. And I'm like, what's a great idea? An offhand talk. We should have a podcast.
And wait, where do you work that you got to do?
We work at Firestone. We have some time on our hands.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah. But we just because everybody in our league and at this level also, we have a lot of newcomers to hockey, and we have a lot of fans of hockey that have watched the game their whole life, but are just now getting onto the ice after having watched their kids skate and like, hey, this looks like a lot of fun. And Frank, a couple of the guys in our league.
Yeah, actually, there's a lot of our kids' dads.
Yeah, Trey Wade is a big guy. Yeah, Trey's fantastic. He's helped us out on the show several times, but just presenting our view of things and how we wanted to do it that would be what I wanted to hear. If I wasn't doing the show, I would want to hear the highlights because basically everybody likes to see their name in the paper or hear their name on the radio and stuff. So we always just give it a twist of who did well. We do a 3 stars of the week and things like that where we aim it towards the newer players, and it just keeps getting people talking. We get numerous texts and messages, would you say, about, hey, this guy did great and it's his very first goal and he had a kid this week. Could you mention him on the show? And
Right. They're definitely the players in the league that everybody know that are good, but we kind of try to focus on the players that maybe sometimes fly under the radar and give them a little bit of acknowledgement, I suppose.
When I heard about how big your league is and how big it's getting, I swear to you guys, one of the first things I heard it was because of the radio.
Wow. So how many teams are in your league?
10. We have 10 now.
And as I recall from hearing from the people that run the league, registration was full in 4 hours. Is that correct?
Well, that's a little exaggeration, but not much. In
when you have 20 people on a wait list, that's
well, in about 24 hours, it was pretty much full. At the 24-hour mark, we had to shut registration off because it was going to just overload everything.
Yep.
So they opened up another link for a waiting list, and next thing we knew, and we had just expanded to 8 teams the prior year.
Mm-hmm.
We went from 6 to 8, and then this year we had a waiting list of 20 within 36 hours. That's enough for 2 more teams pretty much right there, and we still had like 3 more weeks to go before the season started, so you knew more people were going to sign up, so there we went.
Yeah, I don't know the exact numbers, but there's not a high turnover rate. I mean, almost everybody from last year is back this year.
And that's the best when you have return.
Yeah, that's your retention, man. That's growing and retaining.
Yep.
We're going to have an expansion league or something.
Yo, you should have like an N and an A, like an A. An
Split them in
American hockey.
conferences?
Yeah.
we do have conferences.
Do you really?
Yeah, we do. We have 2 different conferences.
And for anybody who's not aware, I've been around the rink a couple times, after my kids practice and stuff, and these guys are going on, and you guys really go big on, we always talk about go big or go home.
Right.
And you guys, I've seen some of the jerseys and some of the team names. I got to give you full props on the creativity that went into that, and the brain juices, and probably too many beers. But
it's been said. Yeah, we have a lot of guys in the league that are in leadership positions that have just a wicked sense of humor, and come up with some of these names. We have between attorneys and IT guys and stuff. We have a lot of we have
one gang of thugs.
Yeah, well, yeah, no kidding. But we have a lot of one guy especially who's a graphic arts guy, and he has designed, I guess, half would you say?
Pretty much all of them.
Of the logos in our league, and then we have a company we use for our jerseys for a great price. So yeah, we may play like D League, but we look top notch.
Yeah, you do.
I remember the first game with our team, the Knights, were the first ones to get like the cool jerseys, I think. And that first game when we came out with them, everybody was kind of like, "Whoa!"
Yeah, it's awesome stuff. Yeah.
A couple games later, they all had them too.
Nice.
Well, it's just like if you ever see like the European jerseys. Well, they got all the sponsorships.
Yeah,
sure. They're always
NASCAR on wheels,
roller jerseys. Same thing.
Like a NASCAR driver.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, do you have sponsors, or you have sponsors? You
some
can give them plugs if you
teams
want.
do.
Okay. No, what about the show? Your show has a sponsor too.
We
right?
do have a sponsor. We have
you can give them a plug.
Yeah, the Keg Stand in West Des Moines on
nice.
West Town Parkway.
Owned by a good hockey guy, as I recall.
Ryan Greening, is the owner, and he plays in our league. And he sponsors the Vicious Squirrels team.
Is he a goon?
If he can catch you, he may rough you.
Yeah, he keeps the line on at D League Radio, so we always talk.
That's
him
right.
Up.
Yeah,
we say good things about it.
That's right. That's right.
Well, before we get too far, how can we find you guys? How can people find the broadcast?
www.dleagueradio.com.
Wow,
Facebook.
We are on Facebook, all over the place on Facebook.
That's how I found this.
And we are on iTunes as well.
Good.
Give us a search on iTunes.
Wow.
We just started a Twitter account too. So.
You're with
Yeah.
We're up there. We haven't given ours out yet on the show, but that's okay.
I think it's like D_league_hockey or something. Radio. Yeah.
D League
D-League Radio with some underscores, yeah.
Ours is different because
we're still new to
it. As are we. I'm not a twit.
We didn't have enough enough characters or whatever. We had too many, so we had to go from the other state of hockey to other state
of hockey.
Yeah, it's just other. They took out the.
So I think we're up to 4 followers now.
Oh, we got a couple more. Do you think so?
I haven't looked.
I think we have 6.
Billy Gerdell tweeted us out. We had. We had we had Billy Gerdell on 2 weeks ago.
Right. Yeah.
I was telling you guys on the show, and we had him on, and then he tweeted out about us. So that was cool. That was nice of him.
Wow, star power.
Star power.
Try not to let it go to our heads, eh?
Oh, it's already went to my head, and I'm already talking about it.
Yeah. Well, we're using you guys as a springboard. We're hoping your celebrity status will get us even higher.
You're not going to go far.
You're not.
There's
This might be it.
The bar's not too high.
You got Maddie's a follower now. Now you got our producer. She'll follow you.
Remember, this is the magic of radio. This goes out to several dozen people.
So. That's right. Well, we can relate.
Yeah. But and hopefully with all talks going well with the ESPN, we might be moving times, but I'm not going to quote it yet.
Hopefully that won't be impacting our.
I mean, they need to start showing some respect around here.
Frank's dropping the gloves. That's it.
Maddie, get that head of ESPN on the phone in a little while.
Mr. E.
You get Mr. E.
Or SPN. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Esquire. Get him on the phone. I got something to say to him.
Yeah. So you guys certainly can stay around and feel free to chirp about anything we've got. Like
wonderful,
I said,
outstanding. Thanks.
the whole thing about hockey is the fact that, we love the camaraderie, and you guys are doing the same thing we're doing.
And as we said to Frank the night he was on our show, real quick, was that this wasn't about competition with you guys or anything like this. It was about, we just love our sports so much, and the league we love it so much that it's about getting the word out there about how great this sport is and how much fun you can have playing it, not just watching it.
Do you know of any pickup football leagues?
No.
Right.
No.
Right.
No.
Absolutely.
And I don't know. I just haven't been around a better group of people than the ones that are in our league, that are in the lounge at Bucks Arena every weekend, and it's just, I look forward to Sunday more than any other day of the week, just because of this.
See, and I used to play B League on Sundays, and I hated it. I never knew if I was going to drop the gloves or not that night.
You know what? I was vice president.
Yeah.
I was vice president of the association, and it was just B League is one of the biggest reasons I'm not anymore.
What do we got, Maddie? How much time? What do you got?
We're coming up on break.
All
right. You are listening to The Other State of Hockey, 1350 ESPN Des Moines. We're going to break.
Holding them signs up, girl.
Hi, Joe Smith here from Leaf Guard Exteriors. We suggest you stay off your ladder and let us take care of your gutters. We'd love to come out and show you why Leaf Guard's patented seamless one-piece design is the best on the market. The only one with the good housekeeping seal, and Leaf Guard is guaranteed never to clog or will clean your gutters for free. Call us today and get 50% off installation labor on a new Leaf Guard brand gutter system. 599-1675. That's 599-1675.
Hey kids, why do you like going to the Iowa Wild games?
Crash, the t-shirt tie. I like Chuck-a-Pop. Crash always gives me a high five. It's fun catching t-shirts from the cannon. The goal horn when we score.
There's something for everyone with Iowa Wild Hockey at Wells Fargo Arena. Check out iowawild.com for the full season schedule, including a full list of giveaway nights and promotions for the family. Iowa Wild, hockey lives here.
I'm sitting here with Jeremy from Atomic Cloud Vaporium. I tried to quit smoking so many times. Patches, pills, nothing worked. Until I went to the Stop Smoking Center. And man, it has changed everything.
Here at Atomic Cloud Vaporium, we offer a solution using vaping as a replacement therapy. We have over 150 premium juice flavors and offer a wide variety of hardware. If you're serious about quitting smoking, come visit us at 3823 Douglas Avenue in Des Moines or at 328 Grand Avenue in West Des Moines. Atomic Cloud Vaporium.
This is Jordan from Flat Tire Center. There sure are a lot of places to buy tires. You can go to a warehouse club or the Mega We Sell Everything Superstore, or you can go to one of those anonymous websites. The same guy who sold you soap yesterday magically becomes a tire professional today, or the online tire advisors at a call center in who knows what country. We've been living, working, and driving in central Iowa for more than 50 years. Are you sure those other stores know what they're doing? Do you think they even care? If you need tires, come to Flat Tire Centers. That's flat with 2 T's because you too should ride on a flat.
Hey, this is Frank Mink, and if I had a first-round draft pick of realtors, I'd take Jen Stanbro.
Through my mortgage background and over 10 years of selling real estate in the Des Moines area, I have come to realize that my clients are my passion. Whether selling or buying your first or your 10th home, let me help you take the stress out of the process. I would love the opportunity to talk with you or someone you know that is looking to buy or sell a home. You can reach out to me by email at jen@jenstanbrorealestate.com. And Frank, that's spelled STANBROUGH. jen@jenstanbrorealestate.com.
From Iowa, yeah. It's that small place with a big heart. It's the heartland, so we pump hard, get a fist up. We're gonna rage on till our day.
All right, we are back on The Other State of Hockey, 1350 ESPN Des Moines. Frank's gone on special assignment, which I believe is to the room down the hall. But anyways, you never know. Frank, I think he brought his phone with him, so he may have a phone call. So we're expecting a message. So we'll see if that actually comes. So the boys from D-League Radio have decided to hang around, which glad to have them on board. So here we are talking about things that happen here locally in professional, semi-professional, whatever we want to call this. First off, we'll talk about the Des Moines Bucks. They had a rough weekend against Fargo. I don't know if you guys got to see it. I personally did as much talking around as I could to kind of figure out what was happening, but they had Fargo, like I said, they came out, scored first, which is great, but they traded shorthanded goals, and next Fargo buried them with 6 straight. So 7-1 loss is a tough one to swallow, but Fargo apparently is a much better team than they were last year for sure. Then Saturday they had Fargo again, much tighter game, went pretty much 1-1 through most of the game. 2-1 at the end of 2. Fargo went up, and then they got an empty netter at the end to seal it. So, once again, we're talking about they're in the games.
Right.
Everyone's going to be on the other side of a 7-1 once in a while. We certainly hope the Wild are once in a while. On one side at least.
Right.
The other side.
Flyers are there this season. They're going to be on a couple other side of the 7 months.
Which other side are you talking about?
The bad side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait. For those of you watching this on podcast, here's my shock face. All right. For those of you on the radio, use your imagination. So, Magoo is checked it out. He is tied for 6th in the USHL for scoring.
Okay.
So our boy Magoo, he's got
who's Grasso? Just for if anyone that goes to the game.
Patrick Grasso. He wears the C.
Yes.
He's a guest of the show, friend of the show.
Yes.
Great kid, and he's got 7 goals, 5 assists for 12 points.
Used to be Davey Allison Stickboy.
Davey Allison.
How crazy is that?
Yeah, I saw him a couple weeks ago in the game against Dubuque, and he had a goal on the power play in that game. It's just for somebody who doesn't have a whole lot of size in a league of guys that are just coming into their own in their bodies and stuff like this. He's pretty much stayed the same size more or less since he's gotten there. But talk about tenacious. I mean, this kid is all over the place. He's a water bug, and he's not afraid to go in the dirty areas.
No.
And his goal that he scored in that game was just in a dirty area. I think he got leveled right after he scored.
He gets
but it was
tons of respect too from
yeah.
teams.
Takes his poundings.
Yeah, I mean, I know a couple coaches have really talked good, and some other players have said.
But you also can see on him as a player, being a local guy, how proud he is that he's wearing that letter on his jersey, and that this is his team.
He's a very humble kid. I mean, we had him on, and he was kind of a bit sheepish about it, almost. Which, I get that, but knowing the kid the way we do,
it's a hockey family. He's
good hockey family.
Big hockey family.
Yep. And roots go deeper than that, actually.
Yeah, Hall of Fame.
Hall of Famer in there.
Yeah, Hall of Famer in that family. But here's the thing, though. He's already that polished speaker in front of this radio. So he's, starting controversy in the locker room. He's very, everyone played great. They tried their best. They go, we have us in it.
Committed to UNH next year.
Yes, he is.
So
full ride.
Full ride. For a little guy, I think he's about, they have him listed as 135, 140 pounds, something like that.
Do you know the media says that no one plays hockey here?
Really?
Yeah.
Not surprised. Not surprised.
What's
key
hockey?
that Magoo makes? Right. The thing that separates Magoo from everybody else is those first 2 strides. This kid gets his skates under him you get 2 strides and he is gone. You're not catching this guy.
Right.
He's unbelievably fast. So he may be 140 pounds, but he's about 80 pounds of legs.
I taught him that.
You did? All right. So
even though you can't really teach speed, you can teach power, but you can't really teach speed. But I taught him speed.
All right. Make sure and make note to call Magoo and ask him about that. Next week, they are on the road. They've got Friday in Sioux City.
Yes.
They've got Saturday night in Omaha.
Yes.
And not home until the 21st, which is against the U18 Team USA. So,
that team never is well, but it's the U.
It's the 16s and the 18s developmental program.
Yeah.
They have teams in the USHL, and they actually allow them to play in the league. And they are, they're continually changing. The roster is ever evolving, and so they take their lumps.
Yeah.
Against teams that are established, against draft picks versus
who have
kids that have gone.
Kids have worked systems now for 6 months, and now these kids are coming, or whatever.
So, anyways, good to see that the boys are still hanging in it. I think right now we are. What is our record anyway? I'll let you look that up since you're doing your show research over there right now.
It's right. Our record is. Hold on, guys. I got it right here. Look how good I am. Look at this. We're pretty bad. We are last. We are games. We are 5-8-1.
5-8-1
with 11 points, and that's Lincoln. Lincoln is ahead. They're the number 1 team with 10-3.
And who gave them one of their losses? 2 of their losses.
2 of the losses came to the team that is at the bottom
of
the seesaw. That's a seesaw.
Yep.
So anyway, that's. But look, we say it all the time. We have confidence in the coaching staff there. Absolute confidence.
Yep.
And then they have a bunch of great. In fact, this weekend we had a roller hockey tournament, and one of the Bucks players came out.
Nice.
And for nothing, didn't come out in his jersey. Just came out and watched.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Good
Tell you,
guys.
man,
Good
hockey
kid.
players are the coolest guys in the world.
Greatest.
Back to the Wells Fargo, the Iowa Wild.
Yes.
Having glad October's behind them, I'm sure, at this point.
Yes.
And probably the way things are going, to be happy when November's behind us as well. But Thursday, they had the school day game, the 10:30 a.m. start.
Yes,
10,000.
Yeah, I heard it was packed and crazy.
Yeah. Like, I can't imagine. That was just like being the world's largest daycare.
That Whip It Wild song. What's that song all the kids like?
Boy.
Oh, Lord.
You know, what's that song, Maddie, everyone likes? Don't Make Me Come Over There.
Oh, yeah, you might. All right.
Anyway, that Whip It Crazy song, they said that place went crazy when they put that on.
Not
10,000
everyone
kids.
likes that song.
Oh, I've heard that. Last time they played it, they had an extended break.
Chukanene or something?
Yeah.
Something
They
like
kept playing that song. I just leaned over to one of the guys and said, if this is playing here, what's playing in hell? You know, the Macarena, probably.
That's it. It's just cycled through.
Yep.
Cycled
The Pina Colada song.
Yeah, that's true. Macarena of the 70s, probably. Hey, we're getting way off subject here. They lost that one 3-0. Team, once again, having trouble keeping shots off their goaltending.
Yeah.
There were some bad bounce goals in there as well. Can't score.
You can't score. And the bad bounce goals are coming because you're not either clearing the puck, right? I mean, or when they are
40-plus shots a game, they're going to happen.
It sounds like when I played for the fire department. And
That's every shot.
Cop, I know.
Yeah.
They ain't part of your league, are they? The cop and fire department?
Well, you could tell if they didn't have any misconduct.
Yeah, there's no fighting. We love you guys, though. If they're listening, which they are listening. So
I'm sure.
We love you guys.
Well, unless they're broadcasting this
horrible
at the
defense,
donut
guys.
shop.
Horrible defense.
So Saturday they had Lake Erie in town. The Monsters. TJ Tynan, former Buck, returned to Des Moines.
Right. How do you do? Anything?
I saw he actually got the start.
Okay.
And it saw him generate a lot of opportunities.
Okay.
But it was it's good to see him out there. He got a lot of ice time. He's got speed. He's got creativity with the puck. Smaller guy, but once again, not afraid to take his licks.
When was he? He was a Buck in 04.
Oh, probably more recent than that.
More than. Yeah, you're right. Probably
it is much
08 or 9.
Yeah, I think he was there just after Okposo was there.
Okay.
I believe.
Yep.
You can look that up, but good thing to see. Grayson Downing. We talked about this team being hurting at center position with Volpe out, and seeing Downing come back, scores goal first, very pretty goal, walked the goal line, sniped top corner on the goalie.
Oh, I did that before.
I know you've done that. Yeah, on Xbox.
Haven't we all?
There we go. I mean,
right triangle,
X,
left
X,
trigger.
X.
Yep, got it. Okay.
Got it. Come on. Secret code.
Leland Irving, once again, sharp. Once again, this team has NHL grade goaltending.
Yes.
Or at least elite AHL goaltending.
I mean, they're getting 40 shots, so that's.
You better be.
Yeah.
I just think about the world of hurt that they'd be in if we had the inconsistencies we had last year. We'd be losing 7-0. Not to knock anyone that was here last year. They just didn't have the
Look, you can knock last year. They've set a record for I think losses and home losses, right?
Probably.
In a row. So, I mean, and I'm not. The organization is trying to make it better, and we support the team. We totally. But we also be able to say.
And the goal here is not winning and losing. The goal here is to develop for Minnesota. That is the AHL's credo. It is a developmental league.
Right.
We develop players to put them at the next level.
But we do want to win.
And winning's nice. Winning's nice. So that game Saturday, they managed to claw back. Went to overtime. He hit 2 posts, the same spot on the post in the span of like 10 seconds. Goalie was down and out, and backhander hit the post, and another one hit the post. It was unreal, but just could not complete shots on net. Lost in the shootout, 1-0. So Sunday scored first. Woohoo! We got off to a 2-0 lead.
Yes.
And then it came back to lose it, to be quiet.
And shots again, right?
Shots again. Once again, Smitty did a good job, but puck came down when they were on a power play late in the game. And as we talked about, snow builds up along the boards and stuff, and can't kicked off them funny.
Sun's in your eyes.
Sun's in
the wind, wind was in the arena.
Puck
it's crazy.
kicked out in the
It's absolutely nuts. I can't believe it. It's the craziest game ever.
Off of Smitty, kicked out in the front. Guy standing there by himself, one-timer to the top corner. Smitty was still behind the net. And we've all given up goals like that for those of us who've worn the mask, but we try to forget about them.
Can I tell you a very shameful thing I did last night? Let me tell you. I can tell you.
Sure.
So I was playing the roller men's league, this D-League men's roller, and this guy, he's an okay guy. He scored on me when it was made it 6-1 against us, and he cheered, and I swear it was.
You break your stick off on him?
No, it was. Well, I picked up the puck and threw it at him. I swear to you, I did.
Did you miss him?
I missed him. But one of my players, and it was so I didn't even think like, oh, I'm gonna pick up the puck. I was just when he cheered for the 6-1, I threw the puck right at him.
Yeah,
kind of shame.
So Wild right now hurting, injuries, call ups. I know Minnie right now has a bunch of our guys up there. Once again, that's our job. So hopefully, we're gonna have to make some adjustments like every other team in this league makes. We got Grand Rapids tomorrow night. And Grand Rapids, believe it or not, is behind us in the standings right now.
And that's Detroit's farm squad still, right?
Yes, yes. Former Blashl's former team,
Mm-hmm.
former Des Moines Buck.
Yes.
Goalie, by the way. They're 1-7.
Where do you store this? Where do you store it?
You know, I can't find my keys, but I can remember everything. Like that kind of stuff.
I mean, he took 16 shots in the.
Yeah, I could be making it up.
And most of our listeners, including myself, don't know.
It's all in the delivery.
Yeah, it is.
Exactly.
Right.
You say it with confidence.
That's right.
You know, does not get easy for next weekend. We've got the Ice Pigs or the Rockford Ice Hogs coming to town Friday, Saturday. They have historically owned us.
Even when we were the Stars and the Chops.
Yes.
Well, the Chops.
They've owned this building.
Yeah, they have owned this building.
And they've got a good team, and they hopefully we'll see what happens. But right now we're third last in goals scored, and we are probably tops in shots allowed. So Maddie is over there giving me the 30-second wrap.
Is that
so,
the one with the
like
finger?
we said, great coaching staff. We know Torchy's a good guy. We know he'll get. Trying to get him on. Actually,
he should be back on. He said, I think.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
He'll be back.
You know,
I think he wants to go on a winning streak. He doesn't want to come on like this.
Exactly. I love the fact that the core fans are still supporting the team.
Yes.
The city is a hockey market.
That's
the
awesome.
state is a hockey state.
Oh.
Believe it or not.
Say it again. Preach it, brother.
Can I get an amen?
You got amen. Get me started, girl.
Get me
started, Maddie.
We're getting ready to head to overtime.
Hi, Joe Smith here
You are
from
listening to
Leafguard
the other state
Exteriors.
of hockey.
We suggest you stay off your ladder and let us take care of your gutters. We'd love to come out and show you why Leafguard's patented seamless one-piece design is the best on the market. The only one with the good housekeeping seal, and Leafguard is guaranteed never to clog or will clean your gutters for free. Call us today and get 50% off installation labor on a new Leafguard brand gutter system. 599-1675. That's 599-1675.
Hey kids, why do you like going to the Iowa Wild games?
Crash, the t-shirt tie. I like Chuck-a-Pop. Crash always gives me a high five. It's fun catching t-shirts from the cannon. The goal horn when we score.
There's something for everyone with Iowa Wild Hockey at Wells Fargo Arena. Check out iowawild.com for the full season schedule, including a full list of giveaway nights and promotions for the family. Iowa Wild. Hockey lives here.
I'm sitting here with Jeremy from Atomic Cloud Vaporium. I tried to quit smoking so many times. Patches, pills, nothing worked. Until I went to the Stop Smoking Center. And man, it has changed everything.
Here at Atomic Cloud Vaporium, we offer a solution using vaping as a replacement therapy. We have over 150 premium juice flavors and offer a wide variety of hardware. If you're serious about quitting smoking, come visit us at 3823 Douglas Avenue in Des Moines or at 328 Grand Avenue in West Des Moines. Atomic Cloud Vaporium.
This is Jordan from Flat Tire Center. There sure are a lot of places to buy tires. You can go to a warehouse club or the Mega We Sell Everything Superstore, or you can go to one of those anonymous websites. The same guy who sold you soap yesterday magically becomes a tire professional today, or the online tire advisors at a call center in who knows what country. We've been living, working, and driving in central Iowa for more than 50 years. Are you sure those other stores know what they're doing? Do you think they even care? If you need tires, come to Flat Tire Centers. That's flat with 2 T's because you too should ride on a flat.
Hey, this is Frank Mink, and if I had a first-round draft pick of realtors, I'd take Jen Stambro.
Through my mortgage background and over 10 years of selling real estate in the Des Moines area, I have come to realize that my clients are my passion. Whether selling or buying your first or your 10th home, let me help you take the stress out of the process. I would love the opportunity to talk with you or someone you know that is looking to buy or sell a home. You can reach out to me by email at jen@jenstambrorealestate.com. And Frank, that's spelled STANBROUGH. jen@jenstambrorealestate.com.
Iowa from Iowa, yeah. It's that small place with a big heart. It's the heartland, so we pump hard, get a fist up, we're gonna rage on till our
All right, you are back. Iowa, other state of hockey, 1350 ESPN Des Moines, the only full-time outlet to the great sport of hockey. We may not be the experts, but we're paying for the airtime, so it's ours now.
I'm an expert.
Yep, legend in my own mind. Podcast legends.
I got
Hey, just want to give a chirp out to one of our big sponsors who
Chirp
makes
is bad, but go ahead.
Yeah, okay. In this case, it's good.
Okay, it's a good
One
chirp.
of our big sponsors.
Yes.
Love these guys. Felix and Oscars on Myrtle Hay Road.
I don't love them just because they sponsor. I love because they're burger, but good.
You're all about the belly, aren't you?
I'm all about myself. I'm not much, but I'm
you're all
all
you got to talk about, right? Exactly.
We're off topic. Go ahead.
Best place to go for team events, no per player or per guest charge, no 18% gratuity mandated, full menu.
Call and they'll have it ready.
Ready.
That's the best.
That's the best, man, because we know good pizza, real Chicago-style pizza, which these guys were taught by the Jedi Masters.
Yes, they were.
These guys, you call them, they say, hey, this is Frank. I'm going to be there at 6 o'clock. I want a medium Chicago-style pepperoni.
Yeah, half my team's coming.
Yep.
Or I need a couple pizzas.
Yep, and they'll have it right there for you.
Sitting
If you're in a hotel with any teams in town for tournaments, whatnot, they'll deliver the full menu to the hotel.
In fact, he made it so that I didn't have to sit with my mother-in-law the last time we went.
Good for him.
He's put her at another table.
Mark, way to take this.
God, thank you.
Way to keep family harmony going on there.
I love my mother-in-law, by the way. I love her.
So Felix and Oscar's Merle Hay Row, right next to Hobby Lobby. Been there for like 23 plus years now.
Real sports bar.
Yep. Monday Night Football, Friday Night Trivia Night. I think they even had a magician there last Saturday, but great place to go for eats.
Pulling that out.
No, that's for true.
Pulling that out of the hat.
Yep.
Okay.
FelixandOscars.com.
Amazing.
All right, we are back for overtime, and as per usual, this is going 3-on-3 overtime. It's going to be ended pretty quickly, so we're on a chug here. So start off, we talked a little bit about what's going on. They're starting to talk about goalie gear again with scoring being down.
Yes.
And, of course, you talk about me being a purist and all this kind of crap.
Yeah, you're a Canadian.
Scoring's down, but, since 98, yes, I agree. I've seen the numbers. We're down almost 2 full goals a game.
Right.
From 7-something to 5-something per game. So, they cut down on goalie equipment. After the lockout, in 2003, they went down to 11-inch pads from 12-inch pads.
Okay.
And then in 12, went down maximum height on the leg pads and things like that, which, I agree. Some guys really get away with a lot of that kind of stuff.
To cover your 5-hole.
Right.
Right.
But honestly,
when you're down.
I think the biggest thing is right now with equipment, they got to keep the equipment enough to protect these guys. These shots are coming at you 100 miles an hour. Yeah. And, my favorite guys are defensemen who want to stand in front of a shot.
Yeah.
Because they're doing it without half the equipment I got on.
Yeah.
And chances are it's going to find somewhere that doesn't have protection or inadequate protection. So, want to see, the big thing, I think that's really impacted. You watch the ESPN Classics. Yeah, there you go. There's a plug.
Yes.
Or on an NHL Network. You watch some of these games from the 80s. The goaltending was absolutely brutal.
Right.
You guys and Kelly Rudy standing up and flopping all over the place. And you watch guys now like Pekka Rinne, Carey Price, these big guys, 6'4", athletic guys who are trained, videoed. They have dedicated goalie coaches. They are in top physical condition.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, guys used to come to training camp.
Did Dominic Hasek ever do? Was he a butter? I don't ever
He was a butter flop.
He was, yeah.
He was everything in
it. He was early version butterfly, but flopping around.
Right.
Was
oh yeah, that's my thing. That's my
sure.
specialty.
Yeah, just throw everything at it.
Yeah.
And that was honestly what made him successful because he was not consistent.
But I think one thing everybody's they talk about the scoring being down, and maybe we should eliminate some of the size of the goalie pads. They're not realizing too that the defensemen are bigger, stronger, faster, and they play a better system.
Yep.
And just the players are that much better. And
Mm-hmm. They're not drinking.
Give
in
it
the
some
locker
time.
room.
Give it some time to let this play out, in my opinion, and find a better way to score.
And do we need a 7-5 game or is a 3-2 game still as good at entertainment?
I mean,
Absolutely.
but not for a new person. For me and you and hockey fans, I can watch it.
Go watch basketball.
A 1-0 game is still thrilling.
I mean, yeah,
Absolutely.
As long as it's a good game.
Absolutely.
And we can't use goal total to be the denominator or the determiner if a game is a good game, a good entertaining game.
Right. But I know I probably speak for you guys too, and I know I can find fourth grade hockey entertaining and want to coach it and be into it. So I'm not the best judge of what normal people, because I'm definitely not normal in hockey. So
a couple of things they started talking about doing away with the goalie cut jersey, which is less of a factor now.
Yeah, I do see that. Only wear equipment that fits under a regular player jersey.
Which, every time that I ever practiced with the Wild, they always gave me just a regular size 58 jersey to wear.
Right.
It fits me fine. I'm not I'm not Pekka Rinne. I'm not 6'8". I'm 6'1". But my gear fits.
You're 6'1"?
I'm 6'1".
Wow.
Didn't know they pot crap that high.
I mean,
so
as many times I shot it over your shoulder, I didn't know that.
Well, when you're on your knees or your face, depending. I'm deceptively vague, right?
You are deceptive. Yes.
Yes. But is this the biggest deal in the world? No. Okay. Are there other things we can do? We've made rule changes. We've moved the goal lines out and back again. Thank God. We did away with the blue line or the center line for the 2-line pass. We moved the the blue lines in and out to give more neutral zone or less neutral zone and more offensive zone. How about we and we've talked about this before, do away with things that you can do on the penalty kill. Do away with icing the puck on a penalty kill. Make every penalty
I don't
full
like that.
value.
I don't like that.
That was the original rule.
Full value. So you want, if even they scored, you get to keep, everyone's a major.
Yep.
See, but then it takes away from them. That's like having a death penalty, giving it to everybody. Like the
No,
death
but-
penalty has to have a reason for the death penalty. So the penalty has to have a majors and a minor.
Yes, but it's time. It's all about time. You know, a major's still a 5-minute major, and versus a tripping or whatever, 2 minutes in the box. Well, fine, you're there for the full 2 minutes. And that was the way the rule initially was written until back in the 50s when you had teams like the Canadians who were won 5 straight cups back then.
Right. They were before they let the icing too.
Yeah, but
So
they
if
were
there was
they were
icing
also
on.
scoring 3 goals on a 2-minute power play.
But-
so maybe that's, does that increase the number of goal production? This game has already gotten to a point where we're determining games on power plays and penalty kills and the
we're having
stupid
videos
skills
now.
competition.
The refs and the coaches,
Yep.
the videos, right?
Yep.
What I'm going to suggest, as my lawyer comes out of me, my jailhouse lawyer, if there's all these penalties are 2 minutes, there's going to be a lot more arguing of penalties from coaches.
Well, maybe there's more discipline.
I'm going to,
Maybe there'll be more discipline from the players.
But what if you tread on
Well,
my
I
stick?
don't
You tread on my stick.
Yeah.
Everyone always tries.
Video review is going to go up.
I never tripped a person in my life. They all tread on my
never.
stick.
Yeah, exactly. Especially when it's in their midsection, right?
Yeah.
And you gently tug it to make sure it's in place.
I was making sure I had a cup on. Right. Come on.
So, stop the hand passing in your defensive zone. You're allowed to hand pass the puck.
No,
in your,
you can't do that.
In your defensive zone,
You can't do
can.
it. Why can't you do it? Because now offensive players are going to purposely try and slash your stick out and not get caught, and that's a big deal.
Yeah,
That's
I'm not a fan of stick penalties myself, anyways.
I mean, see, I'm always thinking about the cheating part of it. And that's what
You
I'm thinking,
would,
right?
yeah.
I mean, I'm also the guy that knows at 10 o'clock there's an armored car that goes by my house almost every Friday. Like,
Hey,
I'm crazy. So.
Coming up on the clock here, Ken. So Mr. Babcock, coach of Team Canada, came out and said, need bigger nets. I'm sure our boy Steve Briere was guest 2 weeks ago. His goalie coach loves to hear the fact he needs bigger nets in Toronto.
You said that the Wild lost games because they hit too many posts.
Yep, there was 1,400
There you
posts
go.
hit last year. So the widen the nets.
The Wild would be winning right now down in Wells Fargo Arena.
Well, I wouldn't.
I wouldn't go that far. Anyways, we are done. We are out of time. Thanks to our boys from the D-League.
Thanks for having us.
D-League Radio.
Thank
Next week, other state of hockey, 1350 Des Moines.
Yes. Good job.